All right, today we're going to crack open what feels like an ancient secret, but it's for our modern, chaotic lives. We're talking about a blueprint for building an inner life that is totally unshakable. Sounds pretty good, right? Okay, let's dive in.
I mean, that question really hits home, doesn't it? In a world where we're just bombarded by notifications and scary headlines, it's so easy to feel like you're always just bracing for the next bad thing. But what if? What if you could actually build an inner fortress, a place of calm inside you that just stays calm, no matter what storms are raging outside?
And that's exactly where this idea comes from. We're looking at Psalm 112, but not as just some old poem. Think of it more like spiritual architecture. It's a genuine blueprint, a how-to guide for building an inner world that has rock-solid structural integrity. Okay, so where do we even start building? Well, like any good construction project, you have to start with the foundation. And according to this blueprint, that foundation is all about perspective. It's about how you see the world and your place in it.
The first foundational block is this phrase that honestly can be a little misleading, fear of the Lord. But here's the thing. The source is clear that the original Hebrew word yere isn't about being terrified. Not at all. It's about a profound sense of awe, a deep respect that kind of clicks you into alignment with something way, way bigger than yourself.
Let me put it another way. We're not talking about, oh no, a bear is chasing me, fear. We're talking about, wow, look at the Grand Canyon, awe. One makes you run away in panic. The other just draws you in. One is about survival. The other is about surrendering to something vast and beautiful.
The second piece of our foundation is delight. The Hebrew here is chapes, and this is so important. It's not about gritting your teeth and just following a list of rules. It's about a deep internal desire, a genuine want to. It's what shifts your heart from a reluctant have to a joyful get to.
So, with that foundation of reverence and delight poured and set, now we can start building the main structure. And according to our blueprint, the absolute central element for building is the human heart.
The blueprint calls this a fixed heart. In Hebrew, that's nachon lev. It describes a heart that's established, firm, and prepared. Imagine having an internal gyroscope, a center of gravity that just holds steady no matter how much the world around you tilts and turns. And that stability, it comes from deep trust, not from whether you're having a good day or a bad day.
And here is the direct payoff. This is why that foundation is so critical, because it's this internal state, this fixed, established heart, that gives you the ability to hear bad news, to face those evil tidings, without being completely thrown into a tailspin of panic.
But, and this is a crucial detail, this stability isn't about you just gritting your teeth and powering through on your own. Nope. The source points to another Hebrew word, samuk, which means upheld or leaned upon. The idea is that your heart is firm because it's being supported by a strength beyond your own. It's not self-reliant, it's divinely supported. Okay, we've laid the foundation, we've built the core structure. So what? What does a life built on this inner architecture actually produce? What does it look like on the outside?
Well, the source shows this really clear logical chain of events. It starts with that inner alignment of reverence. That cultivates a genuine desire or delight. That desire then leads to the formation of a fixed heart. From that stable core, righteous action flows out into the world. And that action, over time, creates a legacy that actually endures. You can totally see how the inner state directly shapes the outer impact.
And to bring all this to life, to really help us picture it, the source offers up this brilliant metaphor that just perfectly captures what this unshakable life looks like in practice.
Okay, picture a lighthouse, just getting battered by a raging storm. The storm, that's the chaos, the darkness, the bad news of the world. The lighthouse, that's the person with this inner stability. And what keeps it standing firm against the waves? That's the anchor, that fixed heart, deeply rooted. But here's the crucial point. The lighthouse doesn't stop the storm. Its purpose is to shine a steady, unwavering light right in the middle of it. See, stability isn't about escaping the chaos. It's about being a beacon of hope within it. This powerful image really leads us to a fundamental choice. It's this stark contrast between two completely different ways of building a life. It's a choice between a life of structural integrity and one that's pretty much destined for structural collapse. And the contrast is, well, it's stark. For the person following the blueprint, the heart is fixed. For the other, the psalm says it's melting. The response to bad news is either peace or anxiety. And the ultimate legacy, one endures, the other just perishes. It's a crystal clear demonstration of how your internal architecture determines your external outcomes.
This quote from the source material just sums it up perfectly. This isn't really a matter of being a good or bad person in some moralistic sense. It's more like spiritual physics. One structure is just engineered to last. The other is fundamentally unstable and will inevitably crumble under pressure.
So after going through this whole blueprint, what's the one thing we absolutely need to take away? What's the ultimate actionable insight from all this ancient wisdom?
Yeah, after looking at all these pieces, the foundation, the structure, the final result, we have to ask, what is this all for? What's the ultimate destination this whole spiritual architecture project is designed to lead us to?
And here it is. This is the absolute core of the entire thing. The goal is not to build a life where bad things never happen. I mean, that's a fantasy. The goal is to build a heart that can remain stable, firm, and even be a source of light within the inevitable storms of life. It's this profound shift from trying to control all your circumstances to instead cultivating your character. This final quote really brings it all home. The ultimate prize isn't a bigger bank account or a life of ease. The true blessedness is the person you become through this whole process, someone with an unshakable core rooted in something eternal.
So, the spiritual architecture has been laid out. According to this ancient source, the blueprint for an unshakable life is real, it's accessible, so the final question it leaves us with isn't about whether the blueprint works, it's about our own will. What will you choose to build?